Welcome to the Virtual Strategic Solutions Virtual Reality Simulation System. Accessing Legacy Dataset. Files loaded. Simulation ready. The interchange of Highway 95 and Highway 93 has seen high traffic both before and after the Great War. The current trading post was established in 2281 when a pair of traders, Samuel Kerr and his daughter Michelle, arrived from Prim after the NCRCF prison break forced them to flee due to the wave of escaped convicts pillaging the town. The pair chose the location after realizing just how much traffic was going to flow up Highway 95 towards Vegas after the shutdown of Interstate 15 due to a combination of the prison break and an infestation of death claws at Quarry Junction, adding to the usual troop movements between Hoover Dam and Camp McCarran. Capitalizing on their experience in Prim, they established the 188 Slop and Shop, offering food, water, supplies and repair services to travelers. The 188 Trading Post, so named due to adding up the pre-war highway designation numbers of 93 and 95, has since become a hub of commerce frequented by soldiers, merchants and NCR citizens, either heading to New Vegas with pockets full of caps or returning back home with nothing but the shirts on their backs. Even the gun runners took notice with a merchant member, Alexander, setting up at the trading post, as well as an independent arms merchant selling wares out of the back of her truck, particularly to the oft under-equipped NCR soldiers. Situated on the intersection of Highway 93 and Highway 95, directly north of El Dorado Dry Lake and west-northwest of Boulder City, the location consists of a small outpost made up of makeshift shacks and tents on a pre-war overpass containing derelict vehicles and barrel fires. Veronica Santangelo stands near the center by a picnic table. She initially mentions she came to the trading post to pick up supplies for her family living in an underground bunker. Samuel and Michelle typically stand around the scraped-together bar of the Slop and Shop. There are also a few NCR troopers wandering around a tent on the northern side of the overpass. Beds can be found here and used to sleep. There is an arms merchant at the western side of the overpass, near the long trailer with usable beds. Near the military truck, the merchant can provide weapons and armor at a discount, and information about the NCR and Bravo Company. Gun runners. Underneath the overpass is Alexander and his bodyguard, who run a satellite location for the gun runners. Alexander will sell weapons, weapon mods, junk and ammunition to the courier if a gun's skill check is passed. Forecaster. A young boy named the Forecaster sits by the wall and will sell 3 different thoughts to the courier for 100 caps apiece. A young boy sitting on a bedroll, surrounded by a collection of assorted objects, will greet passers-by that traverse underneath the overpass. He can provide insight, or forecasts, into both the future and the past. He will share his thoughts with the courier and is forthright and practical about his unique ability. He tells the courier that people who have heard his thoughts before have found them interesting and called it a gift. He is modest, explaining that he sees and hears a lot living at the 188, which may account for his unique ability in part. If he utilizes this ability too much, he suffers from headaches and wears a psychic nullifier, which he refers to as his medicine, to avoid the side effects. However, while it prevents the migraines, it also blanks his mind. The Forecaster deals with this feeling of loneliness by surrounding himself with items collected from the wasteland, such as books, cameras, and flags, which he describes as valuable, as people had to think in order to make them. The courier can inquire as to why he is all alone at his young age, to which he will reply that his parents passed away, and he can only see them when he takes off his medicine, but is generally used to being on his own. The Forecaster will share his thoughts with the courier in exchange for caps, but will not sell his nullifier. If the courier does not have the 100 caps required, the Forecaster will tell them that it is all right, as they will have the caps someday. A follower's anthropologist, Ezekiel specializes in pre-war history and tribal cultures. He's particularly interested in modern tribes that emerged from the ashes of nuclear holocaust and is usually out in the field researching or looking for other tribes to study. Although he has been looking for an assistant for seeming ages, Julie Farkas has not been able to find a suitable candidate. Of all the tribes he has studied, the Great Khans fascinate him the most. He sees them not as simple raiders, but as a fascinating tribe with a unique culture and customs, empathizing with their tragic past, especially the near extirpation by the Vault Dweller and the fall of the new Khans at the hands of his grandson. Their resilience and particularly the origins of their martial culture are a topic of fascination, shared by few other scholars. Alexander is a salesman for the Gunrunners and appears beneath the 188 trading post overpass in the Mojave Wasteland. He also makes trips to Camp McCarran and the Hoover Dam once or twice a week to make sales and to take gun and ammunition orders. He is usually located at the trading post, profiting from the recent increase in caravan traffic due to the closure of Interstate 15, checking stock and directing shipment deliveries. He shares that he makes enough from trading to visit the Strip monthly while also saving money. Simulation completed. Please exit the pod or have a technician select another file.